Hey there.
Hi.
Gia?
Yes.
Nice to meet you. I'm Jared.
Nice to meet you.
Awesome. Cool. Well, I'm excited to get you started for day one of Foundations. Let's go ahead and have a seat. We're going to talk a little bit about our goal or your goals and kind of like the why you're here. So
Absolutely.
Can you share with me what is, what's your current fitness background?
I danced growing up
nice.
and did that like every week for a while, and I currently work as like a backpacking guide. So I do a lot of hiking, but not necessarily a lot of stuff in the gym.
So do you have any specific goals right now, like regarding fitness, nutrition, lifestyle?
Yeah, it's always just like stamina and consistency. I think that's where I like didn't have because of dance in the background. So I'd like to work on building up that and just general strength.
Awesome.
I think.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How much do you know about what we do here at Myriad?
Not a lot.
Okay. Anyone joining our group fitness, aka CrossFit here at Myriad Fitness and Yoga, will go through our foundation sessions. Foundations is super important to make sure that the client is speaking the same language as the coach. So we have a lot of different pieces of equipment, we have a lot of different movements, there's a lot of things just happening in the space as a whole. So it's super important to get that client comfortable with our space, which is why we invite them into Foundations. Now, Foundations itself is broken up into 4 one-on-one sessions. Each one of those sessions is an hour long, and we're gonna go through 14 different tests throughout those 4 different sessions. Those 14 tests are super important for the level method programming system that we use, because after you go through those 14 different tests with your coach, you're then gonna be assigned a color. Think about the karate belt system, how there's a lot of different colors throughout the karate belt system. The same thing happens with level method. So after you do your 14 tests, you get a color, and then when you actually graduate the Foundations program with your coach, and then you come into a group fitness class, you know exactly what workout you're doing because you can walk to our television right where the class meets beforehand, and then you'll see what color you are for that workout. And we typically have 7 to 8 different workouts for each and every class. So that's the system to help people feel comfortable, to feel seen, and to feel like the workouts are accessible to anyone and everyone of all skill levels. So the first thing I love to do in our first session is to kind of get a baseline of who you are, or just like your body as a whole. You don't have to do that. It's up to you, your choice. We use a system called the InBody system. Is that something you're interested in doing?
Yeah, that's fine.
Awesome, cool. Let's go ahead and hop up.
Cool.
We're gonna go. All right, so we got shoes off. So what I'm gonna have you do is take this and wipe your hands, and then I want you to wipe the bottom of your feet, and then when you're about to put your feet on there, I want your heel on the rear electrode here, and the rest of your foot on the rest of it there.
All right.
This is just gonna create like a little bit of moisture for the machine. I'm gonna have you do is grab this handle, and then this one as well. And the biggest thing is your thumb needs to be on those electrodes, and then keep them away from your body. Yay, good. Now you're gonna let go, and we'll place those down. All right, so you can go ahead and put your shoes back on, and then we'll have you take a seat here. This should print off here in a second. Moving forward, as a member, you get access to this for free. Okay. So we actually have instructions up here. We just like to take people through it the first time. Overall, I'm gonna say starting in a really good, healthy spot. And so we can kind of work on some of those goals that you talked about maintaining, really kind of focusing on stamina and everything from there. So go ahead and grab this and put it with your belongings, and then we are gonna head out there and start jumping into some fitness. All right, Gia, have you rode before?
I have done these machines a few times.
Okay, a few times. I love that. Awesome. What I want you to do right now is go ahead and hop in. I'm going to set this up for you, and we're going to talk a little bit more in detail about it. Row the way you feel comfortable, and then we're going to coach you through a little bit of that as we go. And just go for about 2 minutes. Good. First thing I'm going to have you do is take a little wider grip so your pinkies are almost off the side. Awesome. The reason I'm having you do that is if we're in narrow and when we pull in, we're going to use a little bit more chest, bicep and chest. Whereas if you're wider, you're gonna start using some of your bigger muscles, like your lats and your upper back. So that's why we wanna go a little bit wider in that spot. 3, 2, 1, and rest. And just gently place that handle right inside. All right, and so we're gonna go on a small little field trip really quick because I wanna show you something. And this is kind of what we're walking through. So, sorry, I'm taking us on a journey as we go here. So are you familiar with the level method?
No, I'm not.
So the level method is this big giant map we have here. And this is why we're doing Foundations. So essentially what we're doing right now is we're taking you through 15 different tests. It's actually, we took one out. So we have 14 different tests over the next 4 days. So this is day 1. We're gonna be working about 3 or 4 different tests today. These are all the different tests. And then these are all the different categories. So we have 32 different columns throughout this entire level method. What this does is it kind of gives us a GPS for your fitness. So in the past, it was sort of like like here's a workout, you do the workout and you'd be like, I don't know if anything happened there. Now we actually have a guiding like progression for people as we work ourselves through. So the reason why we're over here right now is you just did our rowing test, because you just did 2 minutes continuous rowing and you just graduated the rowing test. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Next up is gonna be weightlifting. So weightlifting is gonna be, in our world, is gonna be the clean and jerk, the snatch, so like the Olympic lifts. That's what we call weightlifting. Let's go ahead and have you grab, we've got pink, grab a pink one for me, and just for warm-up purposes, to kind of progress us up, we're gonna grab a fuchsia one as well. All right, let's head over this way. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about a hip hinge. So hip hinge, what I want you to do is get your feet about hip width apart from me. Awesome. And then from here, I'm gonna give you a little side angle. From here, what I want you to do is you're gonna unhinge your knees just slightly, and you can place your hands on your head or your shoulder. I want you to keep your belly super tight. So flex those abs. And then from here, I want you to reach your butt back and let your shoulders come forward slightly. So it's gonna be a position where you're reaching back, keeping your back super, super flat until we feel these hamstrings like they're really stretching and pulling. And then I want you to stand right back up to the top. Awesome. And I can see right here that your shins are staying straight up and down, perpendicular to the ground, which is what we're looking for. Love that. Awesome. Cool. So that's the hip hinge. That is huge. It's probably number 1.5, maybe 2 most important things we're going to talk about throughout foundations, is making sure that we can safely hinge and do so with keeping a nice flat back. So we're going to go from here is a deadlift. So what I want you to do right now is take your hands, your palms. I'm going to have you place them on your thighs. Good. You can face me. I'm just giving you a side angle. Perfect. Love it. So palms on your thighs. And what I want you to do from here, very similar to the hinge we just worked on, is I want you to think about your butt going back and your shoulders coming forward, but you're gonna take your palms and cover your kneecaps. So it's gonna look like here, palms on the thighs, scooting my butt back, letting shoulders fall down, and then covering my kneecaps. Shins are still perpendicular to the ground, and then right back up. One more for me. Cool. That looks pretty good to me. So what we're gonna do right now is load you up a little bit. We're gonna start to work ourselves down nice and slow, and then boom, the handle's right there. You're just gonna grab it, and then you're gonna stand, and then tap it back down and back up. Good. Push that butt back a little bit more. There you go. Now we're going into the kettlebell swing. So kettlebell swing is gonna be a combination of the deadlift and that hip hinge we did earlier. I'm gonna have you really think about, as you're here, really push the butt back, let the chest come forward, let the head come down in that position to swing out. Okay.
No, that's still
good.
squatting.
No, you're okay. There you go. That's the fix. Yes, yes. And then snap these knees at the top. Boom. Boom. Let's give you 3 more. Snap. Good. Pop. Good. Whatever you just did there, either you're coachable or I'm the world's best coach. I don't really know, but you like fixed it in the middle of that entire set right there, which is awesome. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna head back over to the map, and we're gonna talk like, this is my favorite part of the level method, the foundation system, is there's a lot of guessing and checking between you and I.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna shoot for the 20 pounder, which is the pink one. We're gonna go for probably 10 reps to warm that up, and then we'll go on to the next one. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, go ahead and rest. Awesome. So you are officially at yellow right
Yay.
now with that one. I know that felt pretty good for you, so we are gonna bump you up a little bit. We're gonna shoot for yellow 3 right now, which is gonna be 35 pounds for 10 reps. 8, 9, and 10. Good, go ahead and rest. So how did that feel?
Good.
A little bit heavier?
Yeah,
I
definitely.
can tell. No, it's interesting because anything feel weird, hurt, nothing?
I don't think so.
Okay,
no.
cool. So the one thing I'll say there is that we can definitely tell the difference between the 35 pound versus the 25 pound right there.
Yeah.
This weight here was kind of pushing you forward a little bit, rocking you into your toes a little bit more. So like in classes right away, I would probably feel more comfortable with you working at the 25 pound one.
Yeah.
Cool, awesome.
Awesome.
All right, kettlebell's done. We are gonna be going into upper body push. And that's gonna look like push-ups, which is your favorite.
Maybe.
No, okay, cool. Awesome. All right, so we are gonna be moving into the upper body push assessment right now. That involves push-ups. So we are gonna be starting with just a little bit of a warm-up right now. So we have a 30-inch box out here. What I'd like to see you do is I'm gonna have you come up to the box, place your hands either on top of the box or on the side of the box. And then I want you to bring yourself down and bring your chest down so you actually do touch the box, and then right back up. So you're coming down and then right back up. 4, 5. Woo! guess what? You're
that
at
level
white.
1?
No, you're perfect. That's at white. Yeah, you just hit
Okay.
another level. That's white 1 right there. So
Yay.
that was excellent. That was awesome, by the way. That was super strong. Everything
thanks.
positioning-wise was really, really good. So now this is 24
see
inches
what's
here.
happening.
And same idea. You're coming down and driving yourself straight up. Let's try.
Okay.
Let me confirm. I think it's 5. We are doing 5. Yep.
Okay.
Good. 1 and 5. Gee, you're crushing it. Do you have a push-up on the ground, like a regular
I
push-up?
don't know.
Okay, well, we're gonna find out today. That's the beauty
Yeah.
of all this, because like
We'll
as of right
see.
now, it's looking like you do. So,
Okay.
so what we're gonna do right now is go ahead and bring your hands back to the ground, and then stay on your knees, keep the belly nice and tight, and then really think about pulling the ground apart. Let those elbow pits come forward, and then let your chest and body weight come forward, and you're gonna bring yourself down to the ground. Awesome, and then drive right back up. Heck yeah, that's called a knee push-up. Do one more for me. And drive up. Yeah, good. Go ahead and rest. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go for the 1 push-up test. As I say, you can widen your hands
Yeah,
maybe
I
a
was
tad.
like-
Yeah, perfect. Give yourself a little bit of space. And the body weight's gonna come forward slightly, and then you're gonna come down, tap. Yeah! That was awesome. Heck yeah. So you got a push-up. That's great. That's part of the test. We just hit, what are we at now? We are on orange. We just hit orange levels because you have a push-up. Hop up.
Okay.
That's perfect. That was great.
Thank you.
But that's what's cool about the push-up program or the push-up
Yeah.
testing here is like we started at a 30-inch box. We could even, if this didn't work for us, we could even work from a wall. But it's a 30-inch box to a 24-inch box.
Yeah.
And then what we skipped was the 20-inch box. And then we go to the floor from there. So
Cool.
you have a push-up from the floor, which we didn't
Yay.
know. And now we know it. So awesome job.
I win.
All right, so we're going to head next into squats, and then we're going to be done for today.
Awesome.
See? And you like squats?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you,
I
yeah.
feel more strong
Gotcha,
about my squat
gotcha.
skills. Yeah.
Perfect. So the squat test is going to be the squat endurance test here.
Okay.
Very similar to what we just did with the push-ups. We have squats that we can do to a box. You'll see the different heights here that we can work ourselves through. If our air squat feels good, we'll probably skip through that, and we'll go into different squatting tests that we have here. So as you can see, we have 20 air squats within 1 minute. We have 30 air squats within 1 minute. And then we have Tabata air squats. Are you familiar with Tabata?
No.
Cool. Tabata is a name of a workout. Essentially what it is you're doing 20 seconds of work with 10 seconds of rest for 8 rounds.
Okay.
So it's named after a Japanese scientist who created this formula where you can put your maximal output
Yeah.
for 8 rounds of 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, and then after those 8 rounds, you typically like really fall off. So
Okay.
you're gonna be working for 4 total minutes, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, with the goal of hitting 10 in that 20-second
10
work
reps.
period.
Okay.
Exactly. So if you do the math there, it's 8 rounds, so it's 8 times 10, so it'd be 80 air squats.
Okay.
88 air squats. I can't do math of 8 times 12, but that would be the next one there. Cool?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go back and jump into that test, and then we'll see how we feel. Looking at the sheet for the test, we have a couple different options that we're at the map we're looking at. I think we're in a category of 20 air squats within 60 seconds or 30 air squats within 60 seconds. How do you feel about that?
Feel good. Yeah.
So let's go ahead and do this. Let's shoot for 20 for sure.
Okay.
And then if like you're at like 20 at like 30 seconds and
Then-
you feel okay, then let's just do 10 more.
Okay.
But if you're kind of like shaky at all, you're starting to feel heavy at all,
Yeah.
like just stop. Like we don't need to push it at all. We don't need to force it. 20 is a good spot for us to be in for today as we go through. There's always a
there's
10
a
second
countdown.
Yeah, sorry,
Okay.
there's a 10-second buffer
Understood.
always. 3, 2, 1, and go. Good. 1 and 2. Awesome. 3, 19, and 20. You tell me if you want to keep going.
Let's go.
21, 22, 29, get one more, and 30. We count it. I
count.
love it. I love it. See, I don't know if you're competitive, but
I would needed to beat that clock so bad.
I just found out you're competitive. So that's good that we just
Yeah.
found out on day 1 at the end of day 1 because I saw that last 10 reps. You're like, no, I'm making this happen. So congratulations.
Thank
you just did
you.
30 in 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Awesome job there. How did that feel?
Good.
Cool, love it.
Yeah.
All right, so that's done for our testing. We're gonna wrap up a couple admin things and then we'll be good to go.
Perfect.
Cool.
Thank you so much.